Hello. Um, Today I want to talk about Denon's universal Blu-ray slash universal audio player, the dbp-4010 UDCI. Um, Purchased this player around the same time I purchased my AVR 5308. Um, I have nothing but good things to say about it, with the exception of two things which I will mention later. Um, I did not do an open box video on it. I was so excited to get it that I just ripped the box open, and I was uh, so anxious to hook it up. Um, First of all, video performance. They're using a Anchor Bay chip in this one, I believe, which is not a bad chip. Um, it's probably what's everybody's going, the direction everybody's going nowadays. Video quality is outstanding. I have to say I compare this unit to PS3, which is sitting on top of it right now. I've been playing with Terminator, um, the last James Bond movie, and I have to say that you can definitely tell the difference without using any instruments, measuring techniques, and you can just basically um, and I don't know why it happened, but I actually had two copies of the latest Terminator. Um, I don't know why I got two of them, but I had two copies, so I put two movies on. Oh no, no, no! It wasn't two copies. You know what it was? I think the movie came with like a theater version and unrated version, something like that. So basically, I put two movies on. I let them play at the same time up to a certain point. Movie plays, pretty much frame by frame. There's some more stuff in the unrated version, but not much. So all I did was basically I switched from one input to another. I compared the audio and the picture quality, and I definitely could tell the difference without being an expert. I don't consider myself an expert. I could tell the difference between the PS3 and Denon player, and obviously the price difference of $1,600 between the two players. Don't get me wrong, PS3 is a great bargain. You get the gaming system with the Blu-ray player. If I was to just buy any Blu-ray player, um, like mainstream player, I would definitely go with the PS3. However, I needed a little bit more, you know, more picture quality, more sound quality, so that's why I went with this one. Uh, so again, picture quality, uh, perfect, outstanding. Player does take a long time to warm up. It has three power modes: standby, think like semi-standby, and regular mode. In standby mode, player does, I would say, it probably takes about 2 minutes to actually fully wake up, maybe even longer, to fully wake up and be ready to play the movie. Um, and I didn't play with the mid-range mode, but I played without the power saving mode, which what that does is player is, it seems to be like on all the time, and the reason I say that is because it's warm. My PS3 is sitting on top of the player, and I notice when I play my video games with the power saving mode off on the player, I notice that the PS3's fan seems to kick in a lot more now, uh, because I think it's due to the fact that the box that the PS3 is sitting on is already warm. So needless to say, I went back to a power saving mode. Um, if you don't have that on, if you're just in the regular mode, what that allows you to do is use the HDMI control feature, which this receiver also has, where you could basically when you turn the power on the receiver, on the player, uh, it would automatically turn the receiver on and switch it to the right correct input. Um, so that's as far as the power saving modes. I think the unit in the regular mode it's running a little too, it's already warm, so without even being on. However, it turns on quick. It turns on right away. You push an open button for the tray to come out, it happens within a few seconds. What else? Oh, as far as audio performance, also outstanding. I do really like the Denon Link 4, which uh, supports now clock control with Blu-ray movies. It may be a little confusing. You will not get the audio due to, obviously the copyright protection. You will not get the audio coming from the Blu-ray player if you play movies. You might be able, depends on copy protection, with some concerts. But as far as playing the movies, the audio is not actually going to come through Denon Link. The audio you will receive via HDMI. But what Denon Link would do is actually run the clock on the receiver to make sure that everything is in sync and everything happens in the right time. And that feature I really like. It's a great feature. I got it hooked up. Obviously, I have to say, don't go online to Denon and buy. They have a $500 Denon Link cable, which they tell you. When I call them, I said, why would I? It looks like a regular Ethernet cable. Why would I spend 500 versus, I don't know, $20? Oh, and he told me, oh, you get, great quality sound and stuff like that. But um, that I asked that question before I actually bought that player. So I left it at that. I didn't argue with the guy. He probably knows more than I do. However, when I did receive the player actually did came with Ethernet cable to be used for Denon Link feature. It was short, only about maybe 2 feet. It seemed to be of a higher quality than like a regular Ethernet cable you buy for your computer. So I used that, and then I called again. I said, listen, I didn't probably talk to the same guy, but I talked to some other guy. He says, listen, the cable came with the player. Do I really need the $500 cable? He goes, no, absolutely not. You can use the cable that came with the box. You won't tell the difference. So bottom line is, don't go online to Denon or anybody and spend $500 for that particular cable. It's on their website. It's not worth it. Don't pay that kind of money. Using analog, like I mentioned in the other video, analog output's also outstanding with that player. So coming to the end of this review, what I want to tell you is 2 things I did not like about this from this player. From a power saving mode, the player does take a long time to actually turn on and be ready to play a movie. And then once you put the movie in, it actually takes a while for this player to load the movie up. PS3 beats it by a long shot as far as speed. Another thing I did not like about this player, I doubt that people will use it for that purpose, but if you load up pictures on your SD card, it takes a while for pictures to load, and also it takes a while between pictures when you switch from one picture to another. So that's not what this player is meant for. What it's meant for is excellent picture quality and excellent sound quality, and it delivers. I would definitely recommend it. However, if you buying a player at this price range, $2,000, I would wait and actually buy the 100th anniversary player, which is already 3D ready.